One of the other artists you mentioned earlier was Prince, and that was quite a big thing in your career to be part of.
Yeah, again, because it was Impulse, and we used to get phone calls in the office and from big labels or even artists that were looking at us. And Steve took a call from Prince, and Prince wanted to release. He wanted to release a single.
Was it him himself?
Yeah, it was Prince. Yeah, because I think at first Steve was like, yeah, whatever. But it was Prince, and Steve said, let's not discuss it on the phone. And he flew to America to talk to him. And what he was essentially saying is he wanted to do something independent of Warner Brothers. And he'd written this track, which he wanted to, and he'd gone to Warner Brothers and they'd said absolutely no. But he got his way. I think he was probably saying, I'll never sing again if you don't let me do this. I said, okay, you've got to use an independent label, you've got to use independent distribution, and you've got to use independent marketing and sales.
Was their thought being that if everything's independent, you'll see that it doesn't work without us?
Yeah, that was it. It's not going to work, but let him go off and do it, because this isn't going to, it's not going to work.
And a string to hang himself.
Yes, and so, and it was The Most Beautiful Girl in the world, which he wrote for Mayer, his partner at the time. And it's just a brilliant track, isn't it, really? So how they thought that he wasn't going to do it, but he'd never had a number one in the UK. So that kind of like for Impulse to do that was like, who are these, who are these whippersnappers that have actually managed to do something that Warner Brothers can't do, this big label. They weren't happy. Prince was over the moon. Obviously, I think he managed to talk himself into a better position within Warner Brothers because of it. And it's a proud thing because we handled everything. We did the distribution, we did the sales and the promo. We just, Steve just liaised with Prince. And I went to the Brit Awards that year, and Prince was there. And you couldn't actually, because he's quite small, and he got like all these huge bouncers. But it's just like a proud moment, of kind of like an achievement to actually is only number one.
Yeah, which is amazing. You brought in the disc that you've been awarded. Can we see that?
I like. This is my prey. I like this disc. Out of all of my discs,
I mean, can you read what's on the plaque?
It's 1994, and it says presented to Sue Booker for 200,000 copies of the MPG record single, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, Prince. So, yeah, that's one of my proud ones. I like that. I've got some proper dodgy ones on my wall, believe me, but I think they're important.
What are the dodgy ones?
Oh, I don't know. I've got like a Gary Glitter one somewhere. I think I'd take that one off the wall. Billy Idol, White Wedding.
Oh, well, Mum would love that one.
Oh, God. I've got a Sue Pollard one. I actually took it to a pantomime. She was doing a pantomime in Northwich. I thought I'd like to go to the pantomime because I do like Sue. And I went to the pantomime and she just couldn't get her head around the fact that I'd got a disc with my name on it. She was like, why is your name on that? I went, because I worked the single. She said, what do you mean you worked the single? She just couldn't quite get her head around what I was saying to her. I was thinking, that was again, I think it was about number 4 in the chart. And it was just, you just think, crikey, who's buying this?